Hey, welcome back. We're getting ready to embark on our next project for this upcoming weekend, and I want to take a minute to talk through what we're going to do. So we have an existing tree line of Norway spruces that we planted in 2022, and so we're going to do some tree maintenance on those this weekend. So essentially, we've got metal cages around each one of those, and we've got weed mats and so forth. But we're going to be doing a number of things. We're going to pull off the metal cages so we can get at the trees. Fix any weed mats that need to be staked down, do some weeding, we're going to do some trimming. We're also going to replant a few of them that didn't make it over the winter, so that's always part of the process. We've got a few that we just picked up from the state nursery that we're going to install and get back in place for some of the ones that were either died because they didn't get enough moisture or because unfortunately deer got at them last fall. It was our own fault. We got the tree cages off and we were doing some maintenance on them last fall, and then we got really busy with kids stuff. You know, life happened, and then in that little short amount of time that we didn't get those metal cages back on, some of the deer got at them and some of the antlers were rubbing off parts of the lower aspects of certain trees. And so anyway, that's always something to consider. Norway spruce is known, one of the varieties that the deer tend to leave alone. They don't, usually get at those too much in terms of like eating them or whatnot, but if you don't have them protected with metal cages, they will rub on them with their antlers and destroy them. So another thing to consider when you're thinking about planting, especially spruces or any sort of evergreen or whatnot, if you want to put a metal cage around it to protect it not only from the little critters but from the deer. And so you'll see when we get out there, just going to spend quite a bit of time this weekend doing some of that maintenance that has to happen. So stay tuned. I'll get the time lapse set up and we'll see you out there. Okay, so I lied. I'm not getting the time lapse set up just yet. I want to do a quick segment and show you sort of the difference between what happens when you have a tree protected from the deer and what happens when you don't. Also wanted to show you the setup that we had in place for protecting the trees. So I want to come over here and just give you an idea of the system we use to protect these Norway spruces from the deer. So essentially we use the 1 inch metal material, comes in a roll. Just lay it out, get it into the size of diameter that you need it for, and essentially fold the ends over each other. Use some fiberglass poles to put it in vertically. But you can see obviously what we're going to be doing today and tomorrow is getting this maintenance done. We're going to take this cage off, we're going to pull weeds, we're going to mow around this, we're going to put any stakes in the weed mats that maybe are coming up on the edges. But you can see what happens when you have a tree protected versus when you don't, which I'll show you in a minute. But this tree's doing really well. It's got a nice body on it, it's nice and green, and the deer have not been able to essentially damage it in any way. But I'll show you over here what happens when you don't have it protected. You notice this one is completely gone because the deer not only trampled it, but they ripped it out of the ground. There's nothing there. And then you have sort of the in-between here. So we have some protection on this tree, and it's doing pretty well, but you can see the deer have already knocked one of the poles over. So we're just going to be doing quite a bit of maintenance over the next couple of days on these trees. It'll be a world of difference. You'll see essentially a very clean site with no weeds, weed mat put down, stakes put back in place. So we're going to get going on that, and now I'm going to get the time lapse set up. Okay, quick break in the time lapse. Wanted to do a before and after of what it looks like when we get the cage off and start attacking the weeds and getting those pulled versus what it looks like when we get done. So I'm going to show you this tree here so you can see. Zoom in here a little bit. Oh, there it is. Yep, we see it. Okay, so that's why we do the tree maintenance. If you look at this, this is just an insane amount of weeds and grass that have grown up through there. But here's what it looks like once we get done. So, boom. Then we put the fence back on and we're good to go. And I should have mentioned before that that is the chicken wire that we use is the 1-inch chicken wire. It's 48 inches tall. That helps to keep the deer off of it. They don't like to reach in and get poked by anything, so 4 feet is a good height for that. They might bump into it once in a while, like I showed earlier, where they kind of push in one side of the fence or the chicken wire, but then we're able to protect the tree still. They're not going to reach in and try to eat it or rub on it or do anything like that. The 1-inch chicken wire also keeps out rabbits and other critters that want to try and get in there. And we keep the bottoms of the chicken wire secured with the 6-inch metal stakes that I showed from the previous video when we did the tree line on the other side. So gonna just kind of show you some progress here on this. A few of these trees we're gonna have to replace. These ones are looking pretty good. This one, I don't know, the bottom's missing. That was from a deer rubbing its antlers on it. So let's go on the other side here. We're kind of on the south side of our driveway right now. I'm gonna go over to this other side. Get a look at what the finished product looks like once we get the fence back over around the tree. So I mentioned we're gonna replace some of these. So any ones that we've marked with a flag, we're gonna go back and replace. This one, I don't think the deer got to it as much as it just didn't get enough moisture, and then we lost it. So we'll get that one replaced later today. But then here's what it looks like once we get everything put back. So nice and clean, no grass, fence is back in place. Like I said, this is 1-inch chicken wire, 48 inches tall. Buy them in a roll. We make our own diameter for this purpose. Then we use these fiberglass poles, and then we secure it down at the base with 4 to 5 of those 6-inch metal stakes. So that keeps it from pulling up. This is really tight. There's very difficult for any little critter to get in there. And so, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Made good progress so far. We're about halfway through, I would say, and we'll get the rest of this going later. Okay, we are back here for the second part of our project today. We have gone through the entire line. We've removed cages, we've mowed around them, we've weeded, we've put cages back on trees that we don't need to replace. So any tree that you see that has a cage on it is been checked, and we think that it's viable going forward, so we're not going to mess with it. We're just going to leave it be. Any one that does not have a cage on it or has a flag on it, we're going to replace. And I think there's somewhere between 14 and 15 maybe that we're going to be replacing today. In this line there's roughly 30 total, so got a little work to do. Good news is the ground is soft, so getting these dug up, these old ones dug up and the new ones put down, shouldn't be too big of a deal. So we're going to get started on that and you know, finish up this project for today and see where we end up. Day 2 tomorrow. We've got another part of the project on the other side where we're going to be planting some white spruce trees. So I'll get the time lapse set up here for this Norway spruce replacement kind of mission that we're going to finish up today, and we'll go from there. Okay, pretty nice little Saturday. We, you know, didn't go to the Home Depot, but we did get a lot of tree maintenance done. So we did the main line here and working with Norway spruce trees again, pulled cages off, got the weeds out of there, mowed around them, replaced weed mats where we needed to, checked on existing Norway spruces to see if we wanted to leave those or replace them. So we ended up replacing about 15 of them. And I'm going to just turn around here, give you an idea of what we're looking at. And so, pretty good effort today by everybody involved. You can see we marked the ones that we replaced with a flag. That way we can go back and water them. That's the last little bit that we're going to do today. We're going to go and get some water down for those trees, get them started. 2 pints up, and then we'll come back the other way and add another 2 pints just to get them started off on the right foot. And yeah, so pretty good day. We've got a lot accomplished. We also mowed the other tree line here. So this is the other side of the tree line of the windbreak, which is hackberries and red oaks. And so again, this was one that we planted in 2022. And you saw from our previous video the wind event that I was out here trying to save some of these from getting damaged, but looks really nice when they're all mowed up. And then if we go across the way there off in the distance over the hill is essentially another 5 or 6 Norway spruces on the other side of that hill that we did. And then we hit our driveway and there's 3 more up there that we replaced. So all in all, a good day. We're gonna finish up a few things and get back at it tomorrow with day 2. So day 2 is going to be kind of a mixed bag. We got some work to do on the other side of the creek Same thing, we're going to be pulling cages and replacing some Norway spruces. We also have some white pines. I believe I said white spruce earlier. Actually white pine. And so yeah, we'll be mixing and matching wherever we can. We're actually going to end up with a few extra trees. They come in bundles of 25, so we ordered 2 bundles, so we have 50 trees. We'll probably only plant about 30 or 35. So we'll have some extra ones. We'll see if the neighbors want them, see if we can give them away to a good home, or if we have enough energy at the end of the day tomorrow, maybe we'll stick them in a few other places. But as always, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.